Good morning. This is cause number 2022-29122. In the interest of Messiah Burks, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Sierra Burks, his mother.
All right, and sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Cartier Chapman, his father.
All right, counsel, your name and who you represent.
Nicole Stagg, I represent Cartier Chapman.
All right, and representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Louis.
Okay, it looks like you're breaking up and sort of frozen. We've got a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. Mr. Regular, what are we doing today?
Yes, Judge, we have a case we're approaching for a hearing on just the name change. And Judge, I think my video feed's not working. I'm gonna stop the video if that's fine with the court.
Sure.
Okay, I think that sounds better. Judge, we have a partial agreement. The remaining issue we're approaching the court for is the name of the child. All the other things have been agreed to, and I can read those stipulations.
All right, let's read those stipulations into the record.
Yes, Judge, parties have agreed to be appointed joint managing conservators. Neither parent to have the exclusive right to determine residence. All their rights will be independent. Geographic restriction to Harris County. They have an agreement for possession and access to exchange the child every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. We'll start the possession order this Sunday at 6 p.m. for the father. The Medicaid will continue. Medical support will be $75 a month to begin October 1st. Deviation down to $0 in child support due to the shared possession of the child in excess of a standard possession order. So no child support is necessary. No retroactive child support, no retroactive medical, no retroactive dental.
All right, so
the
go ahead.
agreement.
Ms. Staggs, is that your agreement so far?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Burks, is that your agreement so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the only issue then is what is the child's surname going to be, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, let's proceed.
Ms. Burks, I'll start with you. What are you asking of the court as far as the child's last name?
I'm asking that the court leave the child's last name the same. His last name is currently Burks. I would ask that his last name remain the same.
And why are you asking the court to deny this man to have the child with his last name?
The child has been having my last name again since he was born. In the beginning, he did not claim Messiah as his son. After the DNA test, we spoke on the name change. I agreed to change the middle name, but to remain the last name the same.
And how old is this child?
He's 1 year old.
Okay, so when you say since birth, you mean a year and a half ago?
Yes.
And for that, you want the child to never have the father's last name?
Not necessarily. I just prefer the child remain, his last name stay the same. His father wanted to change his middle name to something similar to his, which was fine with me. But my name being taken completely off of him, I do not agree with that. And in this case, he wants to take my name off of Messiah. He doesn't want to add his name. He wants to remove mine and replace it with his.
Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Staggs.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Burks, your son is not school-aged yet. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Your son has not reached school-aged. He's not in school. Is that correct?
No, he's not.
Okay. And in terms of, you mentioned earlier that Mr. Chapman wanted to change the middle name. What were you proposing that your son's name be changed to?
Well, it was actually his decision, and he chose Lizelle as his middle name, and we agreed to that.
Okay, but you understand that whether y'all talked about that in the past, as we sit here today, Mr. Chapman is asking for your son, Messiah Kwan, name to be changed to Messiah Kwan Chapman. You understand that, right?
No, he's asking for my last name to be taken off and for his to be put on, correct?
Right, so your son's name would read Messiah Quan Chapman. That's what Mr. Chapman has proposed. Is that correct?
No, incorrect. Mr. Chapman proposed we change my son's middle name due to an issue in the past. My son has someone else's middle name, and he did not agree with that. He wanted to originally change Messiah's middle name. That's where we left off.
Okay, I pass the witness, Judge.
Mr. Regla?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. Call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. I'll next call the father in this case. Mr. Chapman, what are you proposing the name of your child be from now on?
I was proposing it to be Messiah Lizelle Chapman. And the reason why is because I am his father. And ever since we did find out he was my son, I have been doing my part as a father. And I only found it out 6 months within him being born. And the reason I proposed the middle name to be changed as well, because it's someone else's middle name that we thought that was the father that came out not to be the father. So that's why he has that middle name Q1. So that's why I want that removed as well in the first place. Also, because that person is not even his fault.
But spell the middle name for me.
Chatmon.
The middle name.
Oh, Lizelle Q1.
No, yeah, right. So spell Lizelle for me.
Lazell.
Okay, first name. So you're requesting first name stay the same, middle name change to Lazell, and then your last name, Chatmon, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Judge, I'll pass this witness.
Ms. Stagg, do you have any questions of your client?
Real quick, Judge. May I?
Yes.
Mr. Chapman, when did you do the DNA test related to your son?
I did it in July 2021.
Okay. And since that time, you and Ms. Burks have had equal access to the child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was what led us to reach this agreement today that it remained 50-50. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is it important to you that your child carry your last name?
Because it do continue on our legacy as well. But I mean, honestly, because it is my child and I want him to live on with this last name.
And you're asking that the court change his name to Messiah Lizelle Chapman, and Chapman is spelled with an O at the end. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness, Judge.
Ms. Burks, do you have any questions for Mr. Chapman?
I do not.
All right. Mr. Regla?
Nothing further, Judge.
Ms. Stagg, anything further?
Nothing else, Judge.
Ms. Burks, anything further?
No, that's it.
All right, Ms. Burks, do you want that middle name to remain Kiwan?
Yes, sir. I wouldn't mind changing it. If he wanted to change the middle name to Lizelle, I would not mind. Again, I do not agree on the last name. I am willing to change the middle name if he agrees to that. But if not, I do not mind keeping it the same.
All right, the court orders the child's name shall be Messiah Lizelle Chapman. All other stipulations are approved. You're excused.